Yesterday, I said West Indies had one job to do: survive. Not chase 549 runs, not play miracle cricket, but to simply survive. Today, they did far more than survive, because after spending nearly 2 full days in the field, many expected West Indies batting to crumble under scoreboard pressure. Instead, they showed something we've been asking for over the past 2 years. Discipline. Yes, they still trailed by 231 runs, but make no mistake, today wasn't Sri Lanka's day. Today belonged to West Indies. The question now isn't whether they can avoid an innings defeat. The question is, can they turn survival into genuine pressure on Sri Lanka? So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Cricket with Fido Plus. If you're new here, we don't just talk about scores, we explain the stories behind them, because day 3 wasn't simply about 318 runs for 4. It was about a team refusing to let this test slip away. Let's break it down. So coming into day 3, West Indies were under enormous pressure, trailing by almost 500 runs, facing a Sri Lankan attack full of confidence. One bad session, this test would have almost certainly be over. Instead, West Indies completely changed the mood. Johnny Campbell continued where he left off. He wasn't trying to dominate, he was trying to occupy the crease. That immediately forced Sri Lanka into becoming patient. Every over West Indies survived, the pressure slowly shifted, because in Test cricket, time matters just as much as runs. Okay, one thing stood out to me today: Sri Lanka's bowler weren't poor, they simply weren't allowed to dictate the game. For the first time in this test, West Indies made Sri Lanka work. No reckless drives, no unnecessary attacking shots, no panic. That discipline frustrated the visitors, and when bowlers become frustrated, captain begin changing fields, fans begin changing, momentum begins changing. So if yesterday had belonged to Udara, today belonged to partnerships. Again, that's becoming the theme of this test: not individual brilliance, but partnerships. Every time Sri Lanka looked like making another breakthrough, West Indies answered, and those stands slowly chipped away at the mountain that once looked impossible. They didn't erase the deficit, but they erased fear. So let's talk about Shai Hope. This innings may become one of the most important knocks he's played in Test cricket for some time. Notice his approach: wasn't chasing boundaries, trusted his defense, rotated strike, punished mistakes. Every decision looked calculated. That's exactly what Test cricket demands, and unbeaten 86 doesn't make the headlines the way a double century does, but context matters. So Hope arrived when West Indies still had everything to lose. He leaves day 3 unbeaten, with the opportunity to completely reshape this innings tomorrow. This wasn't flashy batting, it was intelligent batting. Justin Greaves also deserves his flowers. So while Hope receives much of the attention, Justin Greaves deserves enormous credit. His unbeaten 85 has been just as valuable. Partnerships require trust. Every time Hope found rhythm, Greaves matched him. Every time Sri Lanka searched for momentum, Greaves took it away sometimes. So the supporting role becomes just as important as the leading actor. That's exactly what happened today. Now here's the question everyone is asking: have Sri Lanka let West Indies back into this test? My answer is not yet. Sri Lanka remained comfortable ahead. A lead of 231 is still massive, but something has changed. Yesterday, Sri Lanka were thinking about victory. Tonight, they're thinking about taking wickets. That tells you everything. The pressure has shifted ever so slightly, not on the scoreboard, but mentally. So let's be honest, day 4 begins with the biggest hour of the match. Hope and Greaves continue. West Indies could move beyond 400 runs. The deficit becomes manageable. Sri Lanka begin worrying about batting again. If Sri Lanka strike early, they expose a tail that could quickly swing momentum back. Tomorrow morning is enormous. So this test has actually become a lesson in why Test cricket remains the purest format. Day 1, Sri Lanka dominated. Day 2, Sri Lanka strengthened their grip. Day 3, West Indies reminded everyone why patience still matters. Momentum doesn't belong to one team forever. It changes session by session. So partnership by partnership, that's exactly what happened here. So it's time for Fido's verdict. The scoreboard says West Indies still trail by 231 runs, but my verdict says something different. Today wasn't about the deficit, it was about belief. For the first time in this test, Sri Lanka were forced to play someone else's game. West Indies slowed everything down. They frustrated the bowlers, built a meaningful partnership, and gave themselves something they simply didn't have at the end of day 2. No pun intended. Tomorrow now becomes fascinating, because if these two can survive the opening hour, this test suddenly becomes a contest again. Sri Lanka are still favorites, there are no questions about that, but West Indies have earned something priceless. Another day, another opportunity, and in Test cricket, sometimes that's all you need. So what do you think? Can Shai Hope and Justin Greaves turn this into one of the greatest West Indies fightbacks, or will Sri Lanka strike early on day 4 and take complete control once again? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this tactical breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification, because here on Cricket with Fido Plus, we don't just cover cricket, we explain the game beyond the game. Until next time, I'm Fido. See you on day 4. See you after.